"I'm about to head out," Brandon muttered into my ear. He kissed my forehead when I didn't move and whispered that he would call me later. Seconds after that, I heard my front door opening and then closing. I slowly opened my eyes and wiped away the tears that had been waiting to fall. I couldn't let Brandon see me down. These past few months have been a lot, and it's beginning to take a toll on my mood. From learning about having another sister to finding out that our father, who hadn't been a part of our lives, was dying and is now dead. And then there was Brandon Morris, my high school friend, and the love of my life. He was the highlight in all of this, but it was hard for me to enjoy him. It's been hard for me to enjoy anything these days, but I think I've been putting on a good front for my sisters. I didn't want anyone worrying about me, especially Magnolia, who's pregnant and newly engaged. I wanted her to enjoy her newfound happiness. I felt the same for Lilac, who finally seemed to be coming to terms with the things that had been happening lately. She had Ezra, and they were quite the duo. I was happy for my sisters. Sighing heavily, I tossed back the blanket covering my half-naked body and slid out of bed. I could still feel Brandon's delicate touch on my skin as I padded to the bathroom. No one could have ever told me that, however many months ago, Brandon would have come back into my life the way that he had. He was one of my best friends in high school, and I'd always had a crush on him. He was so sweet and obnoxiously smart. I loved the way that he catered to me as his friend. But at that time, a friend seemed to be the only thing he would ever see me as. Eventually, I gave up trying to hint at something more, and the friendship stayed as it always had been. We graduated high school and went our separate ways. My first time seeing him in about 6 years was on New Year's Eve this year. We'd spent that night at the club with our family and friends. There was a spark between us that hadn't been there before. He looked at me in a way that made me weak in the knees. But once again, we went our separate ways after the festivities were over. And then a few months ago, he contacted me and said he wanted to meet up. I found out that he'd quit his job and started a cybersecurity firm here in Philly. Things seemed to move quickly after that, and the next thing I know, we're sleeping together and seeing each other almost every day. I have no idea what we were doing or what any of this meant, and I was terrified to ask. My heart just couldn't take any more letdowns. "I know something's wrong with you,"